You're on.
All right, this is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cam. Judge Carol Weimer, you're under the microscope. We're talking about the falsified case of Mustafa Aljazari. Mustafa has been held in solitary confinement for over 2.5 years without a trial. Commonwealth Amy Ashworth refused to take Mustafa to trial. And the question is, why is Commonwealth Amy Ashworth terrified to take Mustafa to trial? Before we dive in, I want to thank Mohammed for being here. Mohammed, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're here at the county courthouse at Prince William County here in Virginia. We just got done visiting Mustafa, and it's always difficult coming out of those visits, watching Mustafa go through what he's going through. Mustafa Aljazari lost his family in a vehicle accident. The material fact that's coming out of this case is that this is a car accident. Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, through NBC4, through Julie Carey, told this community that this vehicle is not a vehicle accident, that this is intentional, that Mustafa crashed his vehicle into oncoming traffic. Well, question is, why is Commonwealth Amy Ashworth sealing off this case from the community? If you put in a FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act, you can't verify what Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is doing in this case. You can't get the body cams. You can't get the documents. You can't even get the dash camera in Mustafa's vehicle. Mustafa Aljazari had a dash camera inside his vehicle. A dash camera that sees the outside and sees the inside. But Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is sealing off this dash camera from the community. And then when she finally released the dash camera, she didn't release the whole dash camera. She released an edited version of the dash camera.
That's portion. Right. A small portion, like 4 seconds.
That's 4 seconds of this dash camera, an edited version of this dash camera. And you'll be disturbed to find out that the prosecutor in Mustafa Aljazari's case, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, that's the dash camera that she plays for the judge, Judge Carol Weimer.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think she sealed off this camera? This footage.
Here's what's coming out of this case. We're finding out that the vehicle in Mustafa Aljazari case is crushed and staged. The police department crushed and staged the vehicle. The police department cut and edited and muted the dash camera.
What did they say about Mustafa?
The children are weaponized in this case.
What did they say in the news about this case? Like, as soon as 2 days later, what did they put out on the media? If you think back to the article that Julie Carey did
with NBC4.
With NBC4.
Yeah.
They never mentioned he had a dash camera. They never mentioned that Mustafa was trying to avoid a vehicle accident. They never mentioned any of the details that are coming out today, 2.5 years later. They never mentioned it. Why do you think that is? You have a Commonwealth attorney that comes out and says that this is an alleged double homicide, and you never thought to yourself that something so significant like a dash cam being in the car was never mentioned?
You would think the prosecutor would run with the dash camera.
Julie Carey, you and I met with Julie Carey, I think in 2023, October, I think, or September.
We met with her at Starbucks.
And you showed her the full dash camera.
I showed her the full dash camera. I showed her the Google Nest videos inside the apartment that shows this is a beautiful relationship, that Mustafa loved the kids, loved his girl. It's a beautiful relationship.
Interesting. And the media never said that there are home videos. They never mentioned the fact that there was a dash cam that records in 4K quality. There's an interior lens and exterior lens. That this whole thing was caught on camera. And it's so odd that the media never informed the public that this alleged crime took place while it was being recorded. Why do we think that is? Why would the prosecutors, the police department, Why would they hide the fact that there was a dash camera?
I mean, the dash camera showed this is a vehicle accident.
The
I
prosecutor...
mean, they're coming out telling this community that there is an argument inside this vehicle.
Exactly my point. That's what I was going to get to.
And then when you watch the dash camera, one, there is no argument, and two, this is a vehicle accident.
I remember
It shows that Mustafa did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident.
Mustafa was arrested on April 7th. That was a Friday of 2023. And Monday morning, he had his first hearing. And I remember prosecutor Sarah Sammy, stood in court and told the judge that Mustafa and Dorothy were arguing before getting into the car at the apartment, that Mustafa had forced Empress and Dorothy, the 5-year-old and Dorothy, to get into the car. He had forced them, okay, while this heated argument was taking place. And that he took his car and drove it into oncoming traffic, resulting in the death of Dorothy and 5-year-old Empress. This was what the prosecutor said in court to the judge.
Why am I watching a dash camera that Dorothy and Mustafa are passing back and forth a cigarette inside the vehicle?
I mean,
the prosecutor is saying that Mustafa forced his girlfriend into the vehicle, right? I mean, essentially what she's saying, that Mustafa kidnapped Dorothy and her 5-year-old baby, put them in the vehicle only to crash it on purpose.
That was the narrative.
So wait a minute. That's the narrative of the prosecutor. But then she seals off the dash camera.
Well, she never mentions anything about the dash camera.
That's right.
I mean, that's a major, major piece of information that you withheld from the community. And in the name of transparency, you got a hold of the dash camera and you've released it to the public.
I have the dash camera and I've leaked it on the internet. Now this community can get to see what happened inside this vehicle.
So we can ask ourselves the question 2.5 years later, what changed from that Monday, that first hearing that Mustafa had? What changed for the prosecutor to change her narrative? Okay, what changed? Obviously, you released the footage. You released the truth, which is what we're going after here. Prosecutor wants to say he was... First, she said he was in a heated argument. That was the alleged claim in the beginning. When we got a hold of the dash camera, we found out that Mustafa got in the car first, and then Dorothy entered the car moments later. So if you're going to force somebody to get into a car, would you get in first, sit in the driver's seat, close the door, and wait for the other person you're allegedly forcing into the car? I don't think so. Now, this dash camera also shows that Mustafa stopped by at a 7-Eleven that was local to them, okay? He stopped by a 7-Eleven. Now, what was he doing at the 7-Eleven? He pumped gas. He bought a pack of cigarettes. He bought candy for 5-year-old Empress. Oh, wait a second. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy on that Monday morning said to the judge, Your Honor, he forced Empress and Dorothy into the vehicle while having a heated argument, and then out of rage, he drove into oncoming traffic. Now, we're looking at the dash camera, and that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing
I'm watching a dash camera where Mustafa gave 5-year-old Empress a piece of candy. So he bought cigarette. He bought candy for the baby. He washed the vehicle with the squeegee. He washed the 5-year-old baby's window, his girlfriend's window.
So he spent a significant amount of time at the gas station.
And there's a CCTV video. We have that CCTV video.
Now,
inside 7-Eleven.
What you just said earlier is that the prosecutor is alleging that Mustafa essentially kidnapped Dorothy and her 5-year-old. Now, if you kidnap somebody, would you be comfortable leaving the person you kidnapped in the car with the car running and you go into the convenience store? Would you do that and spend I think he spent maybe about 8 minutes inside the store. I think it's safe to say he spent about 8 minutes. He was trying to pull up a coupon for Newport cigarettes to save $1. Okay? Now,
you know what I find disturbing in the CCTV video at 7-Eleven is that the CCTV video at one point is disrupted.
The video freezes up.
The video freezes up.